You have a private life, a bedroom with a closed door, a bathroom with a lock, a phone with a passcode, thoughts nobody else can hear. We treat privacy like a basic human right. But here is a question nobody really asks. Did ancient humans even have privacy? And if they didn't, does that mean we invented it? Or did we lose something by surrounding ourselves with walls? The answer is stranger than you'd think, and it says something uncomfortable about how we live today.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Let's go back 50,000 years ago. A band of early humans, typically 20 to 50 people, lived, slept, and ate together in the same space all the time. There were no bedrooms, no walls between sleeping areas, no separate spaces at all. When you woke up next to everyone you knew. When you argued with someone, everyone heard it. When you cried, everyone saw it. When you fell in love, the whole group knew before you even said a word. Privacy, as a concept, simply didn't exist.
And it wasn't just space. The body itself wasn't private. Clothing as we know it didn't exist for most of human prehistory. Early humans wore animal skins at best, not for modesty, but for warmth. Childbirth happened in front of the group. Medical care, such as it was, happened publicly. Death was a communal event. Everything that we now hide behind closed doors happened in full view of everyone you knew. Now here is the uncomfortable part. They were probably fine with it. Think about what privacy actually requires. It requires surplus. Extra space to separate yourself, extra resources to build walls, extra time to be alone without risking death. Ancient humans had none of these. Separation from the group wasn't privacy. It was danger. The group was protection. Togetherness wasn't something they tolerated. It was something they depended on. Anthropologists who study surviving hunter-gatherer societies today note something interesting. Members rarely want to be alone. Not because they can't, but because being with others feels correct to them. Solitude is the unusual state. Community is the default. But here is something fascinating. Even without physical privacy, ancient humans had one private space that no one could enter: the mind. Cognitive scientists believe that the development of inner speech, talking to yourself inside your own head, is uniquely human and may have developed precisely because external environments gave zero solitude. When you cannot escape the crowd outside, you build a private room inside. Your inner voice? That might be ancient humanity's first privacy hack. So when did physical privacy actually begin? The shift starts with settlements. When humans stopped following animals and started growing food around 10,000 years ago, they built permanent structures. And a structure with walls is a structure with separation. Early homes were still one room, but they had a door. And a door, for the first time in human history, meant something revolutionary: the ability to decide who is in your space and who is not. This is the moment privacy was invented. Privacy then evolved with wealth. The richer you were, the more walls you could afford. Ancient Roman wealthy homes had separate dining rooms, sleeping quarters, even private gardens surrounded by walls. The poor, they still lived like ancient humans. Everyone in one room, no separation, no silence. Privacy was not a right, it was a luxury. And for most of human history, most people couldn't afford it. Even in medieval Europe, entire families slept in one bed. Servants slept at the foot of the master's bed. The concept of a bedroom being personal for one person or one couple only is genuinely recent, only becoming common in the last few centuries. Now let's jump to today. You have more physical privacy than any human who ever lived before you. Your own room, your own phone, your own social media accounts that show exactly what you want people to see. And yet, you have never been more watched. Every search you make is logged. Every location you visit is tracked. Every purchase is cataloged. Your face is recognized by cameras in public spaces. Even your emotional state is being studied by the apps you use. The cave was open. The modern world is too, just with better data collection. Here is the privacy paradox of modern life. We have more physical walls than ever before, but we voluntarily post everything about our lives to platforms that sell our data to strangers. The ancient human had no walls but was surrounded by people who knew them, who depended on them, who would notice if they disappeared. The modern human has many walls but is often surrounded by strangers who don't know their name, don't depend on them, and wouldn't notice if they disappeared. More walls, less seen. That is the privacy paradox. Loneliness rates have hit record highs in countries with the most individual privacy. The United States, the UK, Japan, countries with the highest rates of single-person households also report the highest rates of loneliness. Ancient humans never experienced loneliness the way we do today, not because their lives were easier, but because the default setting was togetherness. You had to opt out of community. Now you have to opt in, and most of us never do.
To be fair to walls, privacy has also given us something extraordinary: the ability to think deeply, to create without an audience, to be wrong without being judged, to develop an identity outside of what the group expects. Private diaries, private journals, private conversations that changed history. The science of psychology, the art of confession, the concept of the self, all of these grew from the ability to be alone. Ancient humans had no walls and endless community. We have endless walls and an epidemic of loneliness. Neither is the answer. The question is whether we can design a life that has enough walls to protect your mind and enough open space to remember you are not alone. That was Curio. I'll see you in the next one.